Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have my good friend Dial right before he has a little bit of a break to talk about some nerd stuff. Dial, I really like a lot of the things you do for movie talk, and you have a lot of strong opinions. And you're the one on the panel that kind of waits your time, and we don't get to hear you as much. So it's like this is a perfect opportunity to check out what Dial's thinking about the current topics paired today, but with errands and family stuff. I'm sure you understand. It's just been a busy time getting ready for the summer.
Yeah.
If you are getting here, just remember to thumbs up the video and go support Dial for real. He's one of the good ones in movie talk. And Keely Chow is here. Isaac. So what is the DL do the
What
hot
is
takes and spoil reviews? Yes, he's known for hot takes, which he's hasn't been an episode for a little bit. People have been asking, and your
yeah,
spoil reviews. Yes.
I'll try to bring the hot takes back up soon. Just there's a lot of movies coming out, so I've been trying to cover as many of the franchises as I can and trying to get back to do Star Wars and stuff like that. So a lot on my table, but trying to see who is available to do hot takes soon.
Yes.
So
I for one really am. You're one of the ones that I'm always like, what is he going to like it or not? I'm most intrigued to what DL's going to say. You and Joe, because Joe, I never know how he's going to go.
Joe, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and Joe, I also have to get on from one of these one-on-one streams. Yes, finally the DL stream. We got one.
Finally.
We're trying to discuss the main topics here today, and this has been the first topic that we'll go over here has been making the rounds, and it's a rumor for now, and I believe the next Avengers movie may have been delayed again, and from what I've heard, just slightly, and from what I've heard was that the rumor is that they approached Sean Levy, who's very hot right now as a director, and the schedules didn't align. And what they're stating now is that they approached him again since there's a small delay. Maybe the delay was so they could get Sean Levy. I do know that we do know that Deadpool Wolverine is tracking really well with the trailers and the anticipation. There hasn't been when's the last Marvel movie we had DL release in theaters? Marvels?
The Marvels.
And that was that this year?
That was November last year.
November last year. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
So I'll bring up this. What's your initial thoughts about Sean Levy? What movie did he direct before Deadpool Wolverine? He directed another Ryan Reynolds movie.
Was it Free Guy?
I think it was the Adam Project on Netflix.
The Adam Project. Yeah, I was wondering if that was before or after Free Guy, but yeah.
Yeah.
So,
he seems to do really good with the humor.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm a fan of Sean Levy. I think he's a very solid director. I've enjoyed everything he's done. From I did enjoy Free Guy. I enjoyed the Adam Project. That's how we found our new Percy Jackson.
Yeah, that's true. Even though I haven't really been hearing much about that show.
It's actually very good. And from what I'm hearing from the fans of the book, it's closer to the book. So, but yeah. Well, there was something. Was there something else that he? Oh, he directed episodes of Stranger Things as well. So,
Stranger Things, yes.
Yep. So, yeah, I do think he's very solid. I think he will be a good choice if they decide to get him for Avengers 5. However, I do want to wait and see what Deadpool and Wolverine does before I'm like, yeah, let's have him do Avengers 5. I want to see how good that is first, and then it'll give me a little bit more confidence that he could do Avengers 5. Because I don't think he's ever done a huge ensemble superhero movie before. But then again, you could say the same thing about Joss Whedon. And the Russo brothers, started out with Winter Soldier, but like I think like once Sean Levy has a good sensibility of like stuff in the MCU after Deadpool and Wolverine, if that's well received, I think he's definitely will be a safe choice for sure, since they're already familiar with him. Um, yo, what's up, hun? Um, yeah, it's not too much to say about it. I've heard of like other rumors like Sam Raimi,
I think it's
Ryan
this is where
Coogler, stuff like
yeah.
that.
Oh well, let's discuss the other choice. The other ones you heard were Sam Raimi,
Yeah,
which he said he would like to return to Marvel. I think
yeah,
he said he would like to make a movie. And
yeah.
then who was the other one?
Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler.
Yeah,
Out of the three, what would you prefer? It just would be your pick. I think I'd be happy with all of them. I actually really liked Wakanda Forever the second time. I know people were critical of that movie, but the second time I really started to enjoy it. But if you're talking about like big block, this Avengers crowd, you're going for the big blockbuster casuals.
right.
I think he's got that special sauce for the reaching the casual market, Sean Levy, and the humor. Especially if you're doing an Avengers movie, I think you're gonna need that humor. Even Justice League, whatever version you saw with the Joss Whedon or the Snyder cut, something that was they're always trying to get at some point is the humor right, that magic. And I think Sean Levy is the one that could deliver that part for sure from the track record I've seen. So that I would put him at the top. I would then put Sam Raimi under Levy because I think right now I love Sam Raimi, but he's not as mass market as Sean Levy is right now. He's a cult director. People know, well, not except for the
Spider-Man.
Except for Spider-Man, right?
Yeah,
that's his biggest, highest grossing films. That actually Doctor Strange too. And then at the end, I would put Ryan Coogler only because I really just want to see him make Black Panther 3 or potentially X-Men. I don't know.
X-Men?
I don't know. I just, for the Avengers, I would pick Sean Levy, then Sam Raimi. DL, where would you go?
Honestly, I think we have the same like ranking. Because yes, I am here. Finally, I made it to the Power Hour.
Well, we're kind of changing it to the Buddies show or something. I don't know. I'm
the Buddies show,
the Binge Buddies show, or we're thinking about it. But yes, either way, we have DL on. Go ahead, DL.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I have a similar ranking as you. Like, I think Sean Levy is probably I don't mean this as an insult to Sean Levy because I do think he's a really good director, but I do think he's probably the safest choice out of those three. As you said, he has probably the most marketable ability when it comes to his directing, and like he has probably the most mainstream appeal, and I think he's able to balance the comedy, the lighthearted stuff, and also does a really good job with action and serious tension and moments. So like he's a very very skilled director. Sam Raimi, I would only honestly like he probably will have the most like unique style out of the three, and that's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. However, I'm going to call spades to spades. When it comes to his writing, it is not the best. And I don't completely blame the writing on Sam Raimi because of the writers they've been getting, like the Rick and Morty writers. They need to stop with that. But like, I would be more interested if Sam Raimi directed Secret Wars. I want to see what he would do, like if the rumors are they're going to bring a bunch of different Marvel characters from different studios or whatever, multiverse and stuff. I think it'd be very exciting if he was able to handle all that just from what he did in Multiverse of Madness. Ryan Coogler, Also, he's probably the most familiar with the MCU out of the three, so he would not be a bad choice either. Part of me, I'm not sure how to feel about him.
I think his weak. Not to interrupt your point, but I think he has the biggest flaws with like the big action set pieces like Wakanda Forever and Black Panther. I love those movies, but when you get to like the Black Panther fighting the Black Panther, that was the weakest part for me, and I kind of struggle to see him do these big epic set pieces.
Right, right. Yeah, it feels like as far as that, he hasn't fully evolved with the action scenes just yet. As you said, like there's still room for improvement. Also, I don't even know how to feel about him doing Black Panther 3 at this point because I still am very disappointed in Wakanda Forever. So I'm not even that excited for Black Panther 3 to be honest. And I hate to say that, I really do because I love the first one so much. But I just don't know what direction they'll go into that will be as interesting to be honest. And I don't know what he would really bring to Avengers, to be honest with you. But I don't know. But so yeah, I think the safest choice would be Sean Levy for sure.
And this is where I get to where I enjoy rumors. Like I think this is an extremely plausible rumor. I think it's probably going to happen. You know, I really do. It just makes sense, especially with the tracking for this project. You don't let him do Deadpool and Wolverine, get the big success, and then move on. You know, you lock him down, and preferably lock him down before the box numbers come in on this particular project because I think it looks like it's going to be pretty big for the MCU since at least since they've had in a while. You know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too eager to announce it. As I said, I would wait and see what Deadpool and Wolverine's going to do.
Well, there's a big difference between this though, and like the Flash, where James Gunn announced like Muschietti right before the Flash. Like this is tracking big time. So this is this type of situation where I would say, yeah, lock him down before it releases. I mean, there is a world where this movie doesn't do good and people don't like it, but I don't see that. I mean, it's possible. I just doubt. I doubt it. I doubt it. So this is where Hollywood consistently does this. They lock them down before they even get the results. But the way this is trending, the way especially the Deadpool character always has a big social media presence, the way Ryan Reynolds advertises, and the fourth wall breaking with the advertising as well. This is a situation where I say lock them down before it even releases because you're going to be paying more after, and it's going to delay the project, his next project. And you really, if he does get to the $1 billion club, which I think he will, I think this would be his first $1 billion movie, I believe, if he gets it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yet he is going to be the next go-to blockbuster maker in Hollywood, especially now in 2024 box office.
Yeah. He did Real Steel too. I just thought
I liked Real Steel. I like that.
It was a lot of fun.
So he has worked with Hugh Jackman before too. I forgot.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up, DL. Yeah, he has worked with Hugh Jackman. Mm-hmm. So he has that history there.
Mm-hmm. My only concern, even if they lock him down to do Avengers 5, I'm more concerned about what direction they're going to take Avengers 5 because we still don't know. We still don't even know who the Avengers are. And maybe by the time Brave New World comes out, we'll get a better picture. But like right now, it's like Avengers 5 is like a question mark. We don't even have a subtitle yet. So hopefully, like getting a good director is half the battle. But how's the writing? What's the story going to be? Do you think they will get him? Do we have a director for Secret Wars? We don't have a director for Secret Wars. If Avengers 5, if Deadpool and Wolverine and Avengers 5, if he's going to do that movie, if both of those are successful, Do you see them asking him to do Secret Wars?
Um,
Do a Russo brothers on him?
I think I just really feel like this Deadpool's going to hit it out of the park. So yes, I think you need that. If you want Marvel to get back into the mainstream like it was, like for everyone, you have to see a Marvel movie. Yeah, I think so. Yes, I'm a blockbuster. Thank you. I guess we could look about a little bit of the article, and then we'll see what else we want to talk about. Per Deadline. Oh, okay. So it's not just that's a little bit more credibility.
Right.
Per Deadline, Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy is the top choice to direct Avengers 5. He is reportedly in early talks to potentially direct the film, but is not yet committed to the project. He has reportedly been given the latest script from screenwriter Michael Waldron. Word is that Marvel Studios will still be meeting with alternate choices for director while waiting a final answer from Levi. Levy, sorry. Avengers 5 has undergone some problems, is what it's saying here. The sequel was first announced, it was titled Avengers The King Dynasty. The idea was Jonathan Majors King to be featured as the primary villains. And now the Wasp is gone from Ant-Man and the Wasp too. She says she's no longer going to be acting.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It really
so,
is.
Yeah, there has been a lot of changes to the way it's been going. Oh yes, Daniel Cretton was originally set to direct Avengers 5.
I was really excited for that. I was really it sucked when they said he moved on. Isn't he about to do he's about to do Legend of Zelda, wasn't he? Isn't he?
Maybe. I think that's what I heard.
Oh no, no. Wes Ball is doing Legend of Zelda. I think he's doing Naruto or something.
Oh really?
Yeah, the live action Naruto.
Okay.
Yeah.
We also want him to do Shang-Chi too. I think it moved so far that if he kind of does something next for Marvel, Shang-Chi was just that's one of my top Marvel origin movies, like for origin character. And it's all I always say, if you didn't give it a second chance, that's the best place to watch it, Disney Plus, because it has the IMAX enhanced. The whole movie shot in IMAX. It looks beautiful. It looks really great.
Yeah, I love Shang-Chi. It ended up being one of my favorite films in the MCU. And before then, I barely know anything about Shang-Chi. And that was a huge surprise in Phase 4. So we're all waiting for them to do a sequel. Hopefully it'll happen in the next 5 years. But honestly, I don't know if we'll get a sequel until after Secret Wars, unfortunately. But I mean, unless they do something in between, but I don't know.
The only other thing that makes me worried about Shang-Chi 2 is if the actor, what's his name? I really like him. He was in Kim's Convenience.
Oh, Simu
Liu. If he does another project like that one that's on Netflix right now, where he doesn't really put him in the best light, kind of makes him look cheesy.
These guys need to stop doing Netflix movies, man.
Yeah.
You think not see what J-Lo did in what was that? Atlas, whatever.
Yeah, that's the one that she's in. Yeah. Oh God. It just looks bad. It kind of like lowers his stakes as a sought after talent when you see him in something that cheesy. And I mean, I still didn't see the context of the movie yet. But oh my God. And I hated being one of those people back in the day that's like, oh, it's Netflix, I'm not going to give it a chance. But I'm kind of like that right now, even after Rebel Moon. I'm just like,
I mean, let's call it how it is. Yeah. Let's call it how it is. Netflix movies are sucking. Like when it comes to their shows. Yeah, when it comes to their shows, like for the most part, they're really good, but they are having a huge issue with their films. And as you said, Rebel Moon almost broke me, man.
I still want to like it. I just don't love it. It's okay. The character. And then they all have a similar. All the Netflix movies have a similar issue, and I want to give them the one that really looks different. That's a Netflix movie that still looks good is Hitman. With that looks like it's still good.
Yeah. Like, and then the Knives Out movies as well. Those are actually really good. Right.
Mm-hmm. But that's all for the first topic here. I would be on board for Sean Levy. I'm he's got one of the most anticipated movies of the year. I think lock him down. I hope Deadpool. What's your hope? We'll end here, DL. What's your hope for this movie? Do you do you want to see more Deadpool story in weaved into the MCU? Do you want to see him an integral part, or do you want him to have his fun and be off to the side in his sandbox? Like that's where I'm struggling. I really want Deadpool to be an amazing movie, Deadpool and Wolverine, but I'm like, do I want this to impact the whole universe and they're now integrated into the MCU, or is it more fun to have them off on their own in their sandbox and not really impact the main MCU? I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is.
So I think for the most part, he should stay in his own lane. He doesn't need to do a bunch of crossovers. What I do, well, I think when it comes to his movies or whatever, they should be self-contained for the most part. You could probably have a couple of appearances here and there, but for the most part, it should be Deadpool's story. But like the only times I would have him do major crossovers is if maybe an Avengers film. I really want to see Deadpool and She-Hulk together.
Okay.
That needs to happen for me.
Because they both break the fourth wall and
Yes.
Okay.
And they both will have sex. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not kidding. That most likely will happen. Spider-Man, you have to be careful with Spider-Man. Because he's still family friendly. It's still Tom Holland, but Deadpool and Spider-Man have some fun stuff in the comics. So I would personally like to see them together, but I don't know how they would handle that. That's probably the biggest question mark for me. But outside of a huge Avengers event and She-Hulk, like for the most part, he should be, doing his own thing.
Okay. I kind of want to see the whole MCU change, but then I kind of like I'm asking for that, but I might regret it. Like I kind of because he could potentially have more fun, but I usually want these projects to have high stakes and ramifications for the rest of the MCU. I want all that to happen. I don't know. I'm just
like in what way?
Well, I definitely want the X-Men to be in
we're
it.
Getting it.
But it's going to be their version of the X-Men revisiting the Fox and then the moving on. I don't know.
I really think we need to move on after this movie.
Then they are saying that Wolverine and Deadpool may be in Secret Wars 2. Like you might have Hugh Jackman. If you can have, but here's the real question. Besides just the fun of this movie, if you have one opportunity to have Hugh Jackman in an Avengers movie as Wolverine taking on a big bad, would you take that shot and use it? I kind of think you might have to. You're only going to get one shot. There's only one shot to have him. What's the other thing that we haven't seen besides Deadpool and Wolverine together that people have been asking for is Wolverine with the Avengers, and we might get that part of that with some of the Avengers in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, but part of the Avengers team,
Okay, so Secret Wars, they could do all the fan service that they want. That's fine.
Secret Wars,
yeah,
and then move on.
Yeah, and then move on. So that's perfectly fine with me. Wolverine with the Hulk. Well, we don't even have a genuine Hulk right now. We still have Bruce Banner, Professor Hulk nonsense. I would like to have the regular Hulk back, but that's a crossover that people really wanted to see, and I guess interacting with the Avengers, that would be cool. Depending who's in the Avengers right now. I ask who's in the Avengers. What Avengers who is he going to interact with?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think Captain Marvel's still in there. They can't get rid of Captain Marvel, can they?
No, she's still out there.
I mean, I still like her.
I like her now after the Marvels.
Yeah. Let me see. I wanted to also let me see if I could find. Hold on, just a second, because I saw something about this on X. No, I can't find it. I was gonna. I'll just talk about it real quick. The other rumor out there that I've seen. Let me just make a banner for this. Um,
He's making a banner. Should they do a smaller scale Avengers film to establish a new team and team dynamic before they get to Secret Wars? That might be a good idea, though it really depends like what's the main conflict going to be in Avengers 5? Like if is Kang still going to be a presence or not? Like it really just depends who the villains are. If they are trying to scale it back to the first Avengers, that would be a good idea to do that before Secret Wars, absolutely. But
hmm. This is what I wanted. I saw a rumor about this. Um, they all they have Kate Bishop, they have Miss Marvel, and they have a lot of young Avengers out there. And I previously uh, made a clip out from a live stream. Should they still do? What did Kelly messed up the green screen? Should they still do the Young Avengers? And even though I want to see it, I think if you're a business person, I don't think it's a slam dunk. I don't think it's a slam dunk, especially if you're trying to get Marvel on the right track. But the rumors are, I can't. I was going to try to find the rumor article, but I can't find it right now. But there is a rumor out there that they're actually considering going into production and start filming Young Avengers by the end of 2025. And there's also been rumors about Hawkeye season 2 and how that could lead into it. I do think if they go Young Avengers route, Clint Barton in his version of Hawkeye would be a great person to usher in the Young Avengers and, take over that role that some of the other Avengers have. Like Tony Stark was helped the Young Avengers in a lot of different versions. So I think if they do it, that's the way. But honestly, I would kind of hold out for this, unless that is like the next Disney Plus show. I think Young Avengers would be an amazing Disney Plus show. Whereas if it was a movie, I think it'd be like, I don't think it's going to get a lot of traction. Young Avengers as a TV show, I think is a slam dunk. What's your thoughts on this recent rumor, DL, about the Young Avengers going into production? Do you want to see it? Should they do it? And then Disney Plus series or movie?
okay, so I'm actually on board with them doing a Young Avengers, because I think they have enough established young characters where they can do something like that. My only concern is them waiting too long to get the ball running on this because, like, these young Avengers aren't going to be young for very long. So like if they do start filming by 2025, let's keep in mind that Iman Vellani right now is 21 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and then like Ironheart is like late 20s right now. So they really can't wait if they're going to do Young Avengers because you can't really call them Young Avengers to at a certain point. Um, Now the only thing is with that is that they first need to establish who the Avengers are first, the new
Yeah,
Avengers.
to have a Young Avengers, you have to have a solid Avengers.
Right. And then I think from there we can establish who the Young Avengers are. We could assume that Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, Cassie, maybe Ironheart, Scar, if they want to put Scar in there. There's already 5 there. I feel like is there any other young ones that we're missing? Um,
Uh, I don't I don't know. Did you say the WandaVision
oh,
characters?
Oh, the
Wanda's kids.
Wanda's kids.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's a question mark because they technically don't exist. So
yeah.
they have to figure out a way to bring them into our
And then
multiverse.
Isaiah, did you say Isaiah Bradley's grandson?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, him too. I keep forgetting about him. Yeah, he could be part of it too. They got to do a good job of establishing him because I think a lot of people forgot about his character. But yeah, you have a good rundown right there for sure. Um, yeah, I only think they could do Young Avengers for maybe like one movie or one season before they start getting too old. Then you probably could turn them into West Coast Avengers or something. But
Okay.
okay. So as far do I want it as a series or a movie? I personally would like to see them do a movie, but I don't know if it will do well.
Yeah,
I don't.
if I'm thinking as a fan and what I want to see, I want everything, but you don't get that opportunity anymore, especially with what Bob Iger says. Not every character needs their, it could be done within another story, could be done within another bigger story, or it could be done as a Disney Plus show. I think the easiest differential, the easiest way to relay this to the audience is the big Avengers is on the big screen, the young Avengers is on the small screen. And I think
Sure.
that's just such an easy marketing thing. And I don't I unless it's really bad, I don't see where it fails on Disney Plus. I mean,
Well,
Disney Plus, it's families that have this a lot. They still have good. They're not like the Netflix subscriber numbers, but they still have a lot of families. And I think having all those young talent on a Disney Plus show would be a good get. Whereas
true.
I don't think it would translate to big box office money though.
I don't think so because, like, I mean, in my opinion, I thought Miss Marvel was one of the best Marvel shows they put out, and then the Marvels comes out and it doesn't do very
Well,
well.
here's the perfect thing. I actually think that they should do less. They are doing less Marvel shows, but do Disney Plus first, see how good the numbers are, and if it's amazing, then the next go to the movie, do the Young Avengers, and then the Young Avengers movie, and then have them become the West Coast Avengers or something. You have that big lead up, just like the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian, they tested that out, it became a huge success, and now they're talking about a Mandalorian movie. It's a good way to. I just don't think the Young Avengers right now is instantly financially successful. I think it's one of those projects that you'll watch it if you already have a subscription, but are you going to pay out of your extra income to go see in the theater? I don't think it reaches that level yet. So I would
Right.
definitely test Disney Plus first.
Yeah, and it's like the whole. Let's even look at the title alone, Young Avengers. That it already sounds like a derivative.
That's already a niche already. Like it's not
Exactly.
Avengers, it's Young
Young
Avengers.
Avengers, and like these characters, like some of them have been well received and some of them have not. So they need to take time to get all of the whoever's going to be in the Young Avengers. They need to make sure that they get all the characters well received and have good development, so they could translate to the big screen. My worry though is, how I feel about the Marvel show.
I'm gonna put Callie away real quick.
Okay, sure. So, but my only trepidation, if they are going to do this as a show, you guys know how I feel about the Marvel shows. I think a majority of them have been bad. So they can't afford to have Young Avengers have the same mediocre writing. And I'm being nice when I'm saying mediocre, but they really need to handle this with care, because if you're going to use Avengers, like that's one of the biggest IPs in the MCU right now. So if you are going to establish these new Young Avengers, you have to make sure that the writing is good, you know, and make sure that the structure of the episodes are good as well. Um, but yeah, I'm totally up for it.
Okay. Well, thank you for helping with that. I'm intrigued by I love rumors. Like I think it's the pieces are there. And the other reason I think I think this rumor is more plausible than the rest is Secret Wars, or the Avengers movie. There's going to be, it seems like, and I just watched the Spider-Man Secret Wars. There's all these separate groups operating at the same time. So you can have the Avengers, you can have the Young Avengers, you can have the Defenders, which they are bringing in with Daredevil and Punisher, that group. And you have all these groups working at the same time during Secret Wars and make it more epic. And, so I think that's why it makes it more plausible. Mm-hmm. Hey, Midnight Needowitz. I still need to do those music video reactions for you. I've just been so busy. Thank you for your patience. Let me see. CJH. Hopefully, I'll still be alive if I go to my local health. Yeah, he's in Canada. Pray for CJH. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I hope you're doing good, CJH. Okay. Let me see what else we had here. Oh boy. Let's bring up this. Let me take this banner down. So there's a trailer that came out. I'm going to put you in the hot seat there, DL. Venom, The Last Dance. Now, I will say, I will start this out by saying, I did not like this. I didn't do a trailer reaction. And I was talking with my wife, who's actually checked out of superhero movies. And I said,
this doesn't do her any favors.
But she says she likes the trailer and she wants to see it day one. I'm like, okay. So if I see it, it's only because my wife wants to see it, who doesn't want to see other superhero movies. This isn't necessarily a superhero movie, but I think it just looked horrible, this trailer. What did you think?
Yeah, I hated it. Look, I really don't like these Venom movies. I really don't.
I like the first one was okay. That's it. The second one I couldn't stand.
Fair enough. I think they're both just bad. I look, the first one, I think a lot of people were giving it a lot of passes. And you and I said this before, you let them get away with this crap, they're going to give you more crap. And it just got progressively worse as we went on. And not to mention Morbius and Madam Web. So no, there's nothing in here that's getting me excited.
But there's a Venom horse, DL. That's the first thing I hear from people that like this. But there's a Venom horse, DL. There's a horse that symbiote goes onto a horse. What about that, DL?
Is everyone's standards so low that they get excited for a Venom horse? That was the stupidest thing I have ever seen. Why are we getting excited over this? This is so dumb. Dude, whatever Tom Hardy is doing with Eddie Brock and Venom, it's not working. It's not working. It's run its course. It's so. This whole trailer just feels so stupid and random and unnecessary. There's nothing in here that I liked. Nothing. It's like Venom's fighting the monsters from A Quiet Place. I'm like, what? They have a gratuitous airplane sequence. They have that dumb scene where they're trying to say, "We are Venom."
Together. Yeah, that scene is what did it for me. I'm like, I can't even get through the trailer without thinking. And I don't say garbage a lot, but that's like that scene was so forced to try to get laughs out of it, and it did not work for me. It was so painful to watch. Where they're like, "We are Venom," and Venom saying it faster than Eddie Brock, and then it didn't even look good where it's the symbiote stuff is going over. It's still, I still think Spider-Man 3 Venom looks better when it's going over the face. I'm sorry.
I mean, you got a point, actually. You actually do got a point about that. And it
makes Venom a joke character.
Yeah, he's not treated seriously anymore. It's just the laughing stock at this point. This is the goofy buddy cop comedy.
It's so weird.
Like, I'm not even the biggest Venom fan, but like, we should expect better with this character than how they were handling him. Like we just got the Spider-Man 2 video game, which handled Venom so much better than this movie. Like
Hmm.
I just know. And she would tell Ejiofor, why is he in this movie?
I know that's what was he in before? Was he in Doctor Strange?
Yes, he was Mordo in Doctor Strange.
I also was like, wait a second, it wasn't he in a Marvel movie? I couldn't remember, and I was like, what is he doing in here? Yes.
I don't know. And then people sit theorizing that, oh, it's Mordo in disguise, or it's Mordo from a different multiverse, or blah 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 blah. You're really giving this movie that credit after the previous two films? Like, get out of here with that. They're not going to do anything. And whatever Easter eggs from the comics they have in here, I could care less. If they have a symbiote from the comics show up, I really don't care who it is, whether it's Scream or whatever symbiote wants to come in here. Like, these movies have just messed me up so bad that
It's called The Last Dance too. Like I don't. That's so stupid. The Last Dance.
why is it called The Last Dance? What
Because
kind
there
of
was a
title?
dance. There was a dancing scene in there or something. I think.
Yeah,
in the
Mrs.
trailer.
Chang dancing.
Right.
With
I think
Venom.
I'm like, is that why? That's I honestly I was trying to think what's the dumbest reason to call it The Last Dance, and then they kind of hinted at it in the trailer that they're dancing, and I'm like, oh god, please, really?
Yeah. I just
So think of the dumbest thing they could do with, and that might be the reason it's called The Last Dance, DL.
I cannot wait for these movies to be done. I just want to move on, and just I'm not
Well,
excited for Craven either. Like
I'm excited for Craven at least.
I'm not like they're like four movies in a row. Like I'm almost broke with it broke me. It almost broke me. Like I don't know.
Well, let's see what Tom Hardy says. Hardy told Forbes, "This one I'm so excited about because we've gone much bigger. If the mission statement is commercial, blockbuster, action, super movie, how can we imbue a sense of something that's fun and different? What's going to entice people that have a memory? That the other ones exist? I don't know.
What?
They have a moment, they have an event. This comes from us who are really, really caring about this. By the third one, we've given so much creative support to push it. It's much wider piece. There's so much more love. Not that there was not love in the last ones. We've been allowed to put more of our ideas into it, and I'm really excited to see how they land. I think you ought to swing for the fences with these things. How about just versus Spider-Man? That would be swinging for the fences. It's the last one, and we want to ride out on a horse with a bang. They would have put the symbiote on a horse and lay the foundations for optionality and possibilities. See, this is the BS that I'm not going to take, DL. I am not going to take that we're eventually going to get to the good stuff as the sales pitch.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm done with that.
Shut up, Tom Hardy. Shut up, Sony. I'm not falling for your marketing tricks that we're eventually going to do something because you don't know what you're doing. It's never leading anywhere. And this is it. This is The Last Dance. And I'm only going to see it because my wife wants to see it. Oh, God. I really am not looking forward to this movie. I'd rather see any other movie. I told my wife. She watches reactors reacting to Madam Web. I'm like, I'd rather watch Madam Web again. I'd rather watch Morbius than Venom 3. I really don't want to see this.
Oh, I'm sure Ashley's going to drag me to see this.
For optionality and possibilities because it's been such a great ride. So they're still at the end of the trilogy, they're still giving this false hope that they're going to do something with it. They're not. There's not going to be Spider-Man. There's not going to be, I mean, I guess it's possible. DL, are they going to do Spider-Man versus Venom? No.
No, they're not. They would have done it by now. Like, no. And like this whole thing of, oh, it could be Tobey Maguire. Oh, it could be Andrew Garfield. Do you really want Andrew Garfield to interact with this stupid Venom? Is that what you guys really want? You guys should expect better. Like, I'm so glad that at the end of what was it? The end credit scene of No Way Home, they left a little fragment of the symbiote in the MCU so we could start fresh and have not have to deal with Tom Hardy, and we could possibly do a more proper symbiote story with Tom Holland. But it's just like, no, man, I don't want to see Tom Holland cross over with Tom Hardy. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see his Spider-Man interact with that Venom. It's gonna do nobody any favors, and then you can miss me with this Sinister Six BS that you may or may not still be doing. I don't know. We'll see what happens after Craven. But like, no, man. As you said, it seems like they don't know what they're doing at this point. It's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah. I'm not being tricked. I'm not expecting anything else except this movie, you know.
Just come out and get it over with.
Yeah. I've thoroughly enjoyed working within the field and remit of a big film with big ideas, and a lot of people looking to you to back that up. And they're also talking about R-rated might help Venom, but Venom's not Deadpool. Hardy pointed to the success of the 2 Deadpool movies as proof the R-rated Marvel adaptations can be successful.
Oh, really? Then
because that's because it fits Deadpool's character.
Well, here's the problem, though. Venom is biting people's heads off. That should be rated R.
Yeah.
But they don't. They're going to give it to Craven.
They're relying that to be the funny part, I guess. It rolls like a turd in the wind. Remember that line?
These movies roll like a turd in the wind. Jesus Christ, man.
Rhea wants to see Venom and Deadpool on the same screen.
No, I don't want to see that. No.
I could see Deadpool and Wolverine throwing a joke at the Venom movies at the Venom movies' expense. I could see that working.
Or seeing Deadpool with the symbiote, that would be an interesting sight for sure. But
the George says, don't ruin Tom Holland's good Spider-Man streak. He's been in not only 3 good Spider-Man movies, but also appeared in 3 good MC movies like Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. Yeah, I mean, that's the other problem. Like, even if you could put Spider-Man, would you? Even if you could, would you put Tom Holland or Andrew Garfield in them with this Venom?
No, not at all.
It doesn't match the quality.
It doesn't.
I will be fair, and CGH is gonna. I hope you feel better, CGH. He's gonna be screaming in the chat because he's a huge fan of Andrew Garfield, Amazing Spider-Man. The Venom could potentially fit in the Andrew Garfield for me, not the Tom Holland, because towards the end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2, they were getting some bad designs for like the Rhino and stuff. And I'm at least giving Venom credit. He at least looks better than where they were heading at the end of Spider-Man 2 and Electro. Like, I liked Electro as the character, but the designs for the villains, I actually think that could help the Amazing Spider-Man series is where it was heading,
Sure, the designs look good enough, but like, does Venom? How is Venom even going to be used in an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie? Like, because I don't take him seriously as a villain at this point, and him buddy copping and him like teaming up with Spider-Man would be one of the corniest things I have ever seen. Mm-hmm. Has it happened in the comics? Yes, I know. Before the comic fans come at me, yes, I know they teamed up in the comics, but like, I'm sorry, Venom works best as a villain to Spider-Man, and it's just, I think it will just be too silly with this version of Venom teaming up with Andrew Garfield, especially the performance that Andrew Garfield gave it in No Way Home. That was his redemption story right then and there. So if they ever do Amazing Spider-Man 3, I want them to do his character and his movie justice. And I feel like Tom Hardy's Venom would ruin that. Okay. So, no.
All right. Well, that's where we covered Venom. Look out for the DL review of Venom 3, The Last Dance.
Unfortunately, yes, it is coming.
If I have to see it, I might as well join you on a spoiler review.
Oh, please. I don't want to review this crap alone.
It depends if my wife is still going to see him. I'll ask her again. I'm like, are you sure you want to go to this one? If she says yes, I'm going to go. That's the only way I'm going to go. Like, if I have my AMC A list on my own, I am not going to pay for this ticket to go see it. I'm just not. I'll go see anything else. Anything else. We have 2 more quick topics, and then we could do some mailbag questions. But if you're just joining us, go subscribe to DL. We all know DL. He's great. His channel's great. Great hot takes, great movie talk, personality, going places. And it's really refreshing. How do you like this, DL, this format? We're getting through topics quick. It's no shade to having a big panel, but sometimes you like it gives you a little more time to shine, which DL should. He's got a lot of interesting takes. So it's a little refreshing, I think.
Well, yeah, I definitely appreciate this format. It's like easier to you get through topics and like it's not a bunch of chaos.
Yeah.
The chaos is fun sometimes. The chaos is fun.
And MME Live is not going anywhere. This is just this is just bonus content and more content.
Yes.
Alien Romulus trailer. Fede Alvarez unleashes the xenomorph on a new batch of victims this August. I watched some teasers, but I didn't watch this full trailer yet. What's your thoughts on Alien Romulus, DL?
Oh man. First time in
the scene there.
Lily emulating the shot from Alien 3, and I think they did the same shot in Aliens as well. But this is the first time in a long time I'm actually looking forward to watching an Alien film. You guys know I love Alien and Aliens. The first 2 movies directed by Ridley Scott and James Cameron, I think they're great films. After that point, went downhill immediately. Didn't like Alien 3. And I saw the director's cut and I still don't like it. Alien Resurrection, no. Prometheus, no. Alien Covenant, no. And if you want to count the AVP movies, not fans of those either. I practically thought this franchise was dead after Aliens. And I didn't have any excitement for this film, even though, yes, I know Fede Alvarez is directing this and I am a fan of Fede, but like, I just feel like I don't feel like there's much they could do with this franchise if they haven't tried already. But with the teaser that came out like a couple months ago, and now this official trailer, it feels like it's going back to basics. It's going back to what we love about the original Alien, that it's emphasizing more of the horror aspects. I love that. I love, as I said, it's just like it feels scary, it feels intimate, it feels like suspenseful again. They're not focusing so much on it being like a big action picture, even though I love Aliens. Aliens is the great action film, but like I feel like the sequels after that have been emphasizing too much on being in action films. And then Prometheus and Alien Covenant was having these weird concepts, really complicated, history with the aliens, and questioning the nature of humanity and all that stuff. Like, we didn't come to Alien films for that, So it feels like this one is like I said, going back to basics. It feels straightforward. It's emphasizing the scares, and I love the practical effects, the practical aliens.
And I hear so much about Fede, just like Sean Levy, one of the directors that's really sought after right now. And the rumors are that he Midnight Suns project is the one that they're saying Fede might go for, which I just hope that movie happens. That would mean Blade is actually going to go into production.
Blade. Oh my gosh.
I want Blade.
So do I, but I don't know if it'll ever happen. I don't know. It's starting to be the new Flash.
Are you like that's the other Avengers group that I really want to see. Midnight Suns is just I gotta, if I was gonna actually rank all the superhero groups within the MCU that's possible right now before Secret Wars, Midnight Suns is the one I want to see the most, ahead of Young Avengers and the Thunderbolts. It's just you have Blade, you have Ghost Rider, you have Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night. I'm missing some other ones, but that's just an amazing team up. But
Yeah, that would be cool if they could get it off the ground.
Anthony says Prey pretty much saved everything.
That's the thing. Like Prey was, after The Predator that Shane Black directed, I thought, oh my God, they ruined it. They ruined it. But then Prey came out, and very similar to this, it went back to basics. It went back to what we loved about the first Predator, and it feels like Romulus is doing a similar thing, going back to what we loved about the first Alien. So, and I know Fede Alvarez would do really good with the scares and the body horror and the suspense. He did really good with that with Evil Dead and Don't Breathe. So definitely think he'd be a solid choice. I'm just hoping that the writing and the characters are good too. And I'm not, once again, not expecting anything super complicated, So, but
well, yeah. What are your thoughts on? There's the story about Alvarez pitched the idea to Ridley Scott years ago. That's what got it done. There's also James Cameron that says it's amazing, and it was made purely off the strength of Fede's pitch.
I mean, that gives me some hope that Ridley and James liked what he pitched. So
he's a well-known horror director, right, Fede?
Yes, yeah. As I said, he directed the Evil Dead remake and Don't Breathe.
Anthony says I'd be down for another Alien vs. Predator for sure. I like the first Alien vs. Predator. It's not a great movie, but it's fun.
It's okay.
It's just, can we discuss that? We're based on where Prey, and then we'll go to the next topic. Based on where Prey and Alien Romulus are, it is not heading towards another collaboration again. I don't think.
I don't think so either.
I think it's doing its own thing. I think when you put them together, even though it's enjoyable, they become less intimidating, and they're going more, some of them are more like horror infused right now and intense, and bringing the scary back to Predator and Alien. Yeah. And the moment you team them up, it's just not as intimidating. I mean, it can be. There's always an opportunity to do it right, but I think you take away some of the impact when you put them together.
Yeah, unless if they're solely focusing on the predators and or the xenomorphs chasing after humans, you could still have the horror and suspense there, absolutely. But once they start fighting each other, it just turns into a brainless action movie, because the xenomorphs instantly become not as intimidating when they're facing off against the predators, because the predators can kill them easily. So I don't know, unless they have super xenomorphs or the alien queen, or I don't know, the big predator, whatever, which was so goofy. But yeah, I don't know if I'm personally interested in them doing another Alien versus Predator movie unless they take it seriously. Well, actually, they did try taking it seriously with Requiem, but it still wasn't good. But I don't know. I don't know if it can work. But
yeah, I think the only way you revisit that is kind of when the popularity kind of goes down again. Unfortunately, that's kind of bad.
I did go down with AVP. What do you mean?
No, I mean when they made Alien versus Predator, the first one, they already kind of at least in the Alien franchise, they did a bunch of sequels that weren't really well received, so it was a good opportunity to try something different. And I don't want to say do this when the hype of the new Predator and Alien movies dies down a bit, but I kind of would say after this, and then if they're both successful, Prey and Romulus, do a couple sequels, and then maybe.
Yeah, I think they need to get a couple more good installments from both of the franchises before we even think about crossing them over again.
What do we think of this crazy Joe? Joe's not on the panel, and Joe, I want to have you on for a one-on-one. I've been wanting to get you too. I just wanted to get D out before he headed out. But he says, one with this hot take, I think the Predator movies have consistently been better than the Alien movies. There are several Alien movies I didn't like, but I don't think I've seen a Predator movie I didn't like aside from Alien versus Predator 2.
I actually agree with him.
Yeah, well, I'll think about it, RJ.
Oh yes. Yeah, get him on too.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, I agree with him. I and that's a hot take for a lot of people. I don't know
The
why that.
last the Predators movie the one with what's the director that did Alita Battle Angel? Rodriguez. That one was good,
Robert Rodriguez. Oh,
but the
Predators. Yeah, that's my favorite.
but that the one after that was ugh.
Yeah. Now I don't agree with him that because the only Predator movie I didn't like was that one, The Predator. I did not like at all.
I did not like that at all.
That
No.
was bad. But I do think that the Predator movies have been more consistent quality wise than Aliens. Because I personally like Predator 2, and
Well,
I
then
love
we have Alien 3 and then Resurrection. Then you have Prometheus and Covenant.
and Covenant. Yep.
I
And
would put Prometheus and Covenant ahead of the most recent Predator movies, before Prey.
ooh, that's a good question actually. Would I watch Prometheus or Covenant or The Predator again? I would watch The Predator over Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. So that's one there. But like I have to really think about it with Prometheus and Covenant though. Jeez.
I actually, George, for the Predators, the goats of all action, and I have to give Predator 2 another shot. It's
I
got
like
Danny
Predator
Glover,
too. I thought it
and
was good.
I have it, I own it, but I never watch it. And back in the day, I just thought it was okay. But in retrospect, they swung kind of for the fences for something different. They just
They,
didn't want to. Why would you go for a similar movie to Predator 1? You want to do something different, in the city,
exactly.
an
I
urban
thought
environment,
yeah.
more violent, more aggressive.
Oh yeah.
And
And
at
I
that
think
time, Danny Glover was on fire with the Lethal Weapon movies.
definitely. And I think with that reason there that they tried something different, with Predator 2. And I think that's one of the reasons why Predators, the Robert Rodriguez one, got like some criticism because it felt very similar to the first film. But honestly, Predators is my personal favorite of the franchise. I think what they did with that was really, really cool. But yeah, so yeah, I definitely think that Predators made better films than Alien. Now, we'll see now if you're asking me about do I think Rhymeless will be better than Prey? I don't know. We'll see.
Mhm.
That'll be interesting thing to talk about too. But yeah, I think they should stay in their own lanes for right now, and get make a couple more good films, and then we could talk about crossovers later. Don't like the Transformers GI Joe thing. They're just jumping at that, and we just started getting good Transformers films. I think they need to do the same thing with GI Joe and make good GI Joe films before they do the crossover. But it is what it is there.
Mhm. Rhea, also, this is not on topic. Is there going to be an Acolyte spoiler review? I'll be out of town again this week, but I'll be down next week. If DL wants to set up once he returns, like maybe a mid-season spoiler, and then we'll do an end of season, maybe do half and half. Would that be cool, DL? And get Rhea involved if you're available. If you have
I
the time.
I would have to see because I normally don't review shows until they are done. Um, but and also I have a panel that I talk Star Wars with, and I'm seeing if they want to do it too.
Okay.
So I'll leave it open. I'm not saying no. I'll see if we could do like a mid season thing. It'll be the first mid season review for a
Yeah.
show that I've done.
And if DL's too busy, I could do that. I could accommodate that a little bit. I just need help. But and then at the end, we'll all get together for sure.
Okay.
Because I enjoy the show. I don't know if I love the show. I'm really liking it. I like the characters, but I'm not. I would like to talk about it halfway through.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it yet, but I'm probably gonna watch it like in the next couple of days.
So I'm really excited about Alien Romulus. I got to watch the trailer. One more topic, and then we'll do some mailbag if that's okay with you. We're going a little bit past an hour, but we're having some fun here. What is your? Where do you? I'm trying to remember. Where do you stand on Will Smith now and projects? You okay to see? You okay to support him? I respect everyone's opinion differently after post slap. But this is one of the projects that I'm really looking forward to. I Am Legend 2 with Michael B. Jordan. I think this is a slam dunk. I want to watch this movie again. And sometimes you go back and review movies right before there's a new one coming out. What's your thoughts on I Am Legend 2, DL?
Well, to address the Will Smith thing, yeah, I think we all can agree what he did at the Oscars should not have even happened. And he suffered consequences for that. So it's like it's not like he got off of that free, and like he's being banned from the Oscars for like a good amount of years. So like and all that other stuff. So I think he did, he paid his dues. So I'm definitely okay with him. Seeing him in movies again. I'm going to see Bad Boys Ride or Die. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
I want to see if I could get to see it this weekend for sure. I'm trying to find time to see it. I have the VHS ready to go after my good friend Little Movie Perp loves Michael Bay, loves the Bad Boys series, and I remember watching the first one, not the second one. So if I can even squeeze in that, I might do a review of Bad Boys 1 and 2 before I see, and I still haven't seen the third one.
You should watch that too.
I don't know if I'm gonna have time to see all three before I see the movie and see the movie. I'll at least watch
the third one before you watch this one.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think there's going to be some stuff in the third movie that they'll address in this. So.
I love post-apocalyptic stuff and zombies. I thought this was interesting. I think Will Smith, even with the controversy, is still a movie star. When he's on screen, I'm instantly pulled in just because he's there.
Yeah.
I hate that you have to. His whole name is tarnished with that thing. I hate to even have to be a movie fan and think like, do you still support the person after? Because I just like summer movies so much, and there's no other name that's synonymous with summer movies than Will Smith. If there was going to be let's do this for this topic. Mm-hmm. If there was going to be a Will Smith franchise that he would come back to, where would this rank above? Like, where would you rather see come back to Men in Black, Independence Day for real this time, I Am Legend 2, Hancock? For me, I think Hancock was special, but it was kind of like the end of the movie kind of fell off, and it was kind of it can't be as special as it was. Whereas this movie's, I think, at the top of the franchises I'd want to see him come back to. This, or actually, honestly, which is never going to happen, the Suicide Squad, Deadshot. He was great in the Suicide Squad. The first half of the movie was great to me. The first when Will Smith's in there and they had all that fun scenes where he's in the prison and getting ready. I was really pulled in. I was great,
No, he was a standout of the original Suicide Squad for sure.
And if you had his character and Idris Elba in the same series, but it's just not possible. So I would put my money on I Am Legend 2, especially Michael. I love Michael B. Jordan. I'm instantly more intrigued with that. It's also interesting that Michael B. Jordan. I will say this for the topic too, DL. I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot. I would say this, that Michael B. Jordan sticking with Will Smith is a lot of credit to Michael, because he instantly could walk away from this project and have no ramifications whatsoever. He is sticking by Will Smith with this, potentially even taking a risk. You don't know. Well, I don't know if there's been any backlash with the Bad Boys movie being released now. This is all post-slap. But he doesn't really need this project. So I give a lot of credit for Michael B. Jordan with sticking with this too. He's going out there taking a reach with this to still do the project with Will, which I don't know if a lot of talent would at this point. Mm-hmm. Especially a rising star of Michael B. Jordan.
Right. My only thing with that is like, I mean, spoilers for a movie that came out in 2008, but like, his character died. So like, I don't know if that would really like impact if the audience would want to see it if Will Smith is involved, because I don't think he'll be in the movie really, because
there was different version, I think, though. There was a director's cut or something. I don't know.
Oh, they need to make that clear, because the casual movie going audience is going to be like, wait, you died in the last movie and stuff like that. He's going to be a whole thing. So my goodness. But I never thought about them doing a sequel to this. I did enjoy the first I Am Legend, but I never was like I need to see a sequel to this. But I mean, they did leave it open for other stuff to happen after. So I mean, why
So you
not?
foresee it being like as a handoff to him, and him Will Smith's character might not even be in it that much, or
I mean, that whole alternate ending thing that you threw in there that kind of throws a wrench in what my response is to this. But so if they are going with this alternate ending, then I guess he will still be in it. But once again, they have to make that clear to the audience. But if it's going off of the theatrical version, then yeah, there's no way that Will Smith will be in this next one, unless it's a flashback or something. But
well, all right. Well, here's what Michael B.
I'm
Jordan
more
said.
interested personally with he should have been in Independence Day 2.
That
That
would have been cool. Yeah.
that was like, I mean,
Well, they
I don't know if
wanted him. He did. He turned it down. In midnight, meet Larry. We're going to get to your super chat after this article. Wait.
granted the movie still wasn't good, so but I think he would have helped to make it a little bit more watchable. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So here's an update from Michael B. Jordan. We're still working on the script and getting that up to par. It doesn't have a release date or anything like that. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to be filming that one, but I'm really excited to get in front of the camera with him, being somebody that I've looked up to for a really long time. To be able to work with Will is something I'm really looking forward to. I'm really excited. So he's really talking about working with Will a lot. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but Gold's Goldsman told Deadline the sequel would take place a few decades after the first movie. So,
Okay.
Will Smith recently said that Jordan and himself had a couple weeks together about a month ago. I think it's looking good. We have really solid ideas. I think we're going to make it on screen together. That dude is the truth. So I would love to do that.
So I guess it is going to go off of that alternate ending.
I don't know. Okay. It's been a while since I watched it, but I do recall enjoying at least the first half with Smith's character surviving alongside his dog. I'm curious to see where a sequel could go, and over 15 years of CG advancement, it's hard to believe they actually made it'll give us more realistic Dark Seekers this time. I have to I will be real, I like the movie, but I haven't watched it in a while and I don't remember the end. So I have to see what you're talking about where he doesn't survive and then the alternate ending.
Yeah.
But they're talking about them being on screen together for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this project. But if you were going to pick one other project, what would you go with for Will Smith?
Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Honestly, I don't I like because after Men in Black 3, I was like, okay, no, he's done. They're too old for that.
Hancock.
No, not
Times
Hancock.
past. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even the biggest fan of the first Hancock. It was
Wild
fine.
Wild West.
Huh.
No, I didn't. I don't like that movie.
So bad, and I think he hated it too. But I mean, if there was some way that James Gunn would bring Deadshot back, I would be up for that too. But I mean, yeah. Other than, I mean, we're already getting Bad Boys. That's probably the biggest thing for me at the moment.
Crazy Joe wants
Shark Tale 2. Nobody wants Shark Tale 2.
Oh, Shark Tale 2, yes. Who said that? Cheeseman?
No, I just thought of that.
Oh, okay.
Shark Tale 2. Man, Shark Tale was not good. But
all right, and Midnight Meatowitz, Larry Quarkwitz, $9.99. Thank you for the support, Midnight Meatowitz. And I really need to get on those reactions. I'm so sorry, Larry. In honor of Predator Talk, I request that you guys look up Predator the Musical. It's amazing. Lego Lambs is the channel. I definitely want to watch that. I might actually watch that with my wife. Predator the Musical. So you're saying, Larry, it's on YouTube right now where I can watch it? Like, how long is this thing? Let me actually...
They're making musicals out of everything. It's just...
Predator the Musical.
Can't do it.
Let me see here. Let me just look. Predator the Musical. Let me see. That's interesting.
Very much so.
What's the channel name? Lego Lamps.
Lego Lambs.
Oh, here. Let me see. I'm sorry, everyone. I just got to see what this is. How long is it? Oh, it's 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes. I will do reaction to that as well. It's Larry. Here we go. It's a 3-minute thing here. Oh, you want me to play it live? All right, paying customer. All right, Midnight Meadowitz, $9.99. Play it live. You can't argue with that. Thank you for the support, Larry. I really appreciate it. All right, I guess we're doing it. Thank you, Larry. Provides entertainment here. I'm sure I'm going to get a claim. Let's see what this is. I'm sure there's music. All right, let me see here. Predator. I have to be transformative, Larry. I can't just play it, or they will also. I could get other type of restrictions, so I have to pause occasionally. So it's only 3 minutes. Let's see what this is. Are you ready, DL?
I guess so.
Here we go.
It's using the trees.
It's okay, trust you. Okay.
Watching and waiting, killing us off one by one. The chopper is close, but this thing is too fast. We won't make it, it's pointless to run. Talk, no more games.
I don't know what it was. The jungle came alive.
Go on.
It happened very fast. Not easy to describe, but you must have wounded it, unless my eyes deceive. When the big man was killed, its blood was on the leaves.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. Now, this is a musical, DL. This is the type of musical I would love Action Bro musicals, from the 80s. I need a Rambo musical.
Oh, no.
An Alien musical. Yeah, I need all of that.
She discovered the key. There is proof we can wound it. So repeat after me. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, now take a stand.
Here now, take a stand.
We can bring down this bastard.
We can bring down this bastard.
If we stick to the plan. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Something's out there.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Waiting for us. 2 or 3 men out there at the most are the only one who's awake. I don't believe
this is a legit musical.
Yeah, this is legit.
Are you getting any flashbacks to your history of musical theater, or?
I mean, a little bit. Decent singing
goblins
here.
and ghosts, fucking listen.
Oh, whoops.
Oh,
Give me a break.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Expendable.
I see ya now, take a stand.
I won't go, why don't you?
So instead of complaining,
Bullshit's not gonna
you should
work.
give us a hand.
I got nothing better to do.
I saw it. God damn it, those eyes, they disappeared. It cut down my friend and it ran while I emptied that gun. If it bleeds, we can kill it. I saw it, god damn it.
Stop shaving, you don't have a beard.
That thing will come back. When it does, I'm gonna have me some fun. If it bleeds, I'm gonna have me some fun.
If it bleeds,
If it bleeds, we can kill
If
it.
it bleeds, we can kill it.
We can pull out the
We
wind.
can pull out a wind.
Set a trap for the monster.
Set a trap for the monster.
While we still have our skin.
While we still have our skin.
If it bleeds, we can
2
kill
or
it.
3 men out there at
Man.
the
If it can
I'm the
fall.
only one who's awake.
When you're feeling downhearted, just remember the fall. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Oh.
If it bleeds, I can kill it. Now it's all up to me.
We're at the end there.
Mud all over my body, so the bastard can't see. It's a solo campaign now. Get revenge for my name. Hawkins, Mac, and Ramirez. Billy, Dylan, and Blaine.
What's that? I'm not Jessica Chastain, Bryce Dallas Howard. Oh, thank you, Larry. That was fun. That was fun. That was a legit musical. That was a legit. I never knew that I needed to hear Arnold singing a musical number, but I kind of want to see it again. Thank you, Larry. I'm still going to show my wife that there for sure. Oh, okay. That's a good Arnold voice. Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah, stop shaving. You don't have a beard.
You don't have a beard.
All right. So we will do a little bit of mailbag, and then I don't want to keep you up too late, DL, because you got plans. So let me bring that up here. Mailbag. Okay. Uh-oh, you getting sleepy?
A little bit, but I'm good.
Okay. All right. Let's see what Jacob, CJH, and Isaac have been saying in the mailbag here. And any members, please, I'd appreciate anyone want to go in. Until the mailbag is complete, you could still add more questions, even if I don't post it. Okay, so the first question here from Jacob. Thoughts on Eric Kripke says he has the ending for The Boys planned already. You can't build a show that's about these two forces of Homelander and Butcher slowly closing in on each other without bringing that to a head. That's great to know, because I would argue a lot of Hollywood, they start stuff without really having a plan to finish it or really carrying it. A lot of the showrunners, J.J. Abrams, make a lot of money starting shows but not finishing them, So I like that Eric Kripke is saying he has a strong idea of where it's heading with Homelander, Butcher, and he knows. And I think that's going to make the show stand the test of time. It drives me insane that so many shows don't have a completion,
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed The Boys, DL?
I still never saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's quite a show. The story's intense. I will say a few of my friends I know, and thank you, Jade, also in the chat earlier was saying that she sent me a package that's almost here. I got to check that out, Jade. A few of my wife and a few of my friends have said it gets too much with the over the top violence.
Yeah, I prepared myself for that.
It kind of takes some people out of it,
Yeah.
Oh wow. Resident Justice has become a YouTube member. Welcome back, RJ. Okay, and maybe I'll put a pool out of guests that you want on. RJ said he would like to do a one-on-one. DL recommended RJ, so we'll see. That sounds great. I want to get as many friends as I can, because I think it's a great way to show how much you have to offer to Movie Talk. Really enjoyed this. I got to have you back, DL. Got to have you back.
All right, for sure.
Okay, so yeah, I love the series. I like the story, the gross out, violence and sex, and then sometimes violence and sex combined is kind of too much for me. Like, I'm not a prude or anything. I'm just like, I like the story better than the gross out stuff,
Right. Yeah.
So it's just a lot for me. And I know that's taken a few people out. My wife actually stopped watching. The only reason she came back is she likes the supernatural actor, Soldier Boy. I forget the actor's name.
Jensen Ackles?
Jensen Ackles, yes.
Okay.
She's a huge Jensen Ackles fan. That's what actually brought her back. So I understand that. Let's mix it up and see what CGH has to say here.
Oh boy.
Oh God, Dr. Morbius. Dr. Morbius' name is the list that Harry Osborn has in Amazing Spider-Man 2 in the film. And there's a separate deleted scene with the symbiote. So do you think the foundation is there for the Venomverse? This is perfect for you, to tie with Andrew Garfield. Plus, we know from watching Morbius that Venom is in the same universe because they make 2 references to the Venom movies. Here's my quick answer to you, CJH. I just with your question, I think you thought more about it than Sony has. That's unfortunately where I think, even if when they hint at stuff, they don't know what they're doing. They just throw it in there, like just throw something in there so we keep people's attention. I think you thought about it more than Sony has.
Yep. And honestly, I don't know why you want that Morbius with Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I don't know.
I mean, that's a better fit for me than Tom Holland. I mean, if I got to be consistent, if I'm saying do something with Venom, they have to put him somewhere. So I would like to see him go up against Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, but I just don't see it's going to happen. I don't.
Yeah, put him in a Blade film. Put him in the Blade movie. I don't know.
CJ, I don't think they have a plan. I really don't.
They do not have a plan. Like,
and all these movies that they're making now were only made because of the success of the first Venom movie. And I think those were scripts that were sitting around for like 20 years.
Feels like it.
Because when as long as Black Adam, because Black Adam was around DC for a while too, because when they were making this first Spider-Man trilogy, Sony was talking about doing all these Sinister Six movies and spin-off movies, and I think they've been sitting there and worked on it since then, but I wouldn't hold my breath for sure. Oh, wow. Rhea added one just a minute ago.
Yay.
Okay. Rhea says, what are some of DL's long-term goals for his channel? Also, how long till he is a partner with YouTube? And I'll answer that for DL. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, DL. Thanks, Rhea, for adding a question for DL. That was great.
Okay, so my long-term goals for the channel, I pretty much am going to be doing what I'm doing now. Like, I'm still going to do movie reviews. I'm still going to do podcasts. I'm still going to do live streams. Probably one thing that will change is once I move out and get my own place, I would like to make my own studio there.
Ooh.
And I would be on camera more often.
Awesome.
And I eventually want to do commentary videos. Mostly it will be with movies, but sometimes it could be shows. I would like to do commentary stuff with some of my friends or other people that want to do videos with me, other YouTubers, whatever. But that's a long-term thing I would like to do. It probably will be like I have to figure out the copyright stuff too. That's very complicated. Maybe it'll be like a Patreon thing or something like that. But for the most part, yeah, that's the stuff. That's pretty much what I'll be doing for the channel. I want to expand and do other channels as well. I talked about before that I want to make a personal channel and I want to make a gaming channel. And I might do a pro wrestling channel too, because I miss talking about wrestling, even though I already talked about wrestling with Aaron. So I appear on his channel too, but like, I was thinking about bringing that back too, but like, yeah, those are like the long-term goals. I'm at 553 subscribers right now. So still have a little ways to go. I'm now starting to be more consistent about how often I'm posting videos and shorts. So I just got to stay consistent with that, and hopefully I'll reach 1,000.
Yeah.
As far as watch hours, that's a whole other thing too. As I said, being consistent with how often I post. Hopefully the watch hours will go up as well. So yeah,
You'll get there. YouTube is a different beast than it used to be, and it takes a lot of effort to get to those benchmarks, unless you're doing like sensational stuff that unfortunately gets them a lot of views on YouTube. But you're doing good. I have found, I recommend to all my friends to do a combination of different content, like live streams, videos, shorts, which you're already working on, because there's different viewers that watch shorts, and sometimes those viewers don't translate to your live stream viewers, but that's okay, because it opens you up to a bit wider audience and gives you more recommendation. This is the way I kind of tell people, if you only are to live stream channels, if you're only appealing to those type of viewers, that's not going to grow your channel. Live stream viewers are great. We appreciate you all being here, engaging with the comments, the likes, supporting the live streams. But if you only get live stream viewers, it's not going to grow your channel. You have to do other things. It's just the way it's set up now in the age of TikTok and shorter form video. So you're doing the right stuff. You'll get there, DL. We're going to support you all the way. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Rhea is ready to support.
Thank you very much.
All right. So let me see what else is here. CJH Entertainment, do you think the mistake of the Blade movie was them pitching the movie not based on the plot, but pitching it based on Ollie instead of having the plot and story? CGH is using my logic against me that you do the project first and then you get the talent. But I think with Blade, you need to have a really strong contender to take on to be the next Blade after Wesley Snipes. So I can understand why they went with Mahershala Ali and then said get the project together. And I think him reaching out to Marvel and Feige is the reason it started, So I like Mahershala Ali a lot. What's your thoughts on him as an actor?
Oh no, he's a great actor. I really enjoy him. And even though I was kind of questioning, like, I think they got him too late in his career because he was like 45 when they made the announcement. So it's like I am concerned about how long he'll be willing to play this character. But it does feel like they didn't have a pitch for Blade or before they started working on it. It feels like they weren't on the same page when it comes to making it. So like I don't know. Like they definitely, I think if you're going to, I think you should have a story and plot and direction first before you start getting actors. That should be a thing.
I agree, but in this situation, I'm like, I understand because it's a great get. It's just
Mahershala, absolutely, yes, but you still got to make sure you have something for them to work on. Not waste people's time because, time is money. So it's like, I really hope it works. I really hope this works out.
Yeah, I really want, especially because the Midnight Suns is relying on it too, and I want to see that. Yeah. Mahershala Ali is a soft 35 at the most to me. All right, so Jacob says thoughts on Michael Rosenbaum is still interested in playing in the DCU. I'm always up for a challenge. I'm always up for fun. Whatever comes to me, I look at it, and if it's not too silly, or if it makes me laugh, or I think I could do a really good job, I think I can make an impression, I'll do it. And I think he had James Gunn on his podcast, and he said, "Would you let me be in it?" And it kind of is like, nah. I would be up for it. I think, but then you have the risk of give us that Lex instead, especially with the success of the Spider-Man. Why can't you bring back that Lex? And then you have a certain similar situation as like people that still want the Snyderverse versions of characters to continue. I think that reopens that. So I would be open for it. I think James Gunn could do it, but I kind of understand why he wouldn't. Not necessarily that's his reasons, but.
Yeah, I definitely think like Michael Rosenbaum will cast a shadow over Nicholas Hoult, even though even if Nicholas Hoult does a great job, they're still going to be like, why did you just get Michael Rosenbaum in the first place?
Yes, you're gonna already be compared. Why make it easier to throw shade on the new Lex? Right.
But I do think like if James Gunn did ask him to be in the DCU, I'm sure they could find a role for him that he'll do really good in. He's a really good actor. So
we'll do like 3 or 4 more. Jacob says thoughts on Eric Kripke says the boys will no longer go longer than his intended 5-season plan. No one was more wrong in all of human history about how many seasons their show was going to than this guy. I think you have even if you weren't planning for, you have to consider more seasons based on the success of the show. You just have to, even though he has, in the previous question, Jacob said Eric Kripke has an ending in place for Homelander and the Butcher. When you have this amount of success, it's really become one of the most successful superhero franchises, and it's not DC or Marvel, you know?
I mean, as long as the quality is good, I mean, sure, you can go further than 5 if you want to, but it just hopefully they don't run into the issue where it's like it feels like they just are making it for a cash grab, because there's a lot of shows that falter because they go on for too long, So hopefully they don't run into that.
All right, we'll get one more Jacob, then we'll look for RJ's in there. Thoughts on Bad Boys Ride or Die is tracking to earn 45 to 50 million. Its domestic box office opening weekend. The film had a $90 million budget. That's great. I'm really looking forward to the movie again. I'm going to reach out to Perp because I'm going to do a review of Bad Boys 1 and 2, and I want to talk to him about the new one, and I want to give Michael Bay a chance. I like the dog on him. People like the dog on Michael Bay. I know this isn't directed by him, but this is one of his stronger franchises, right? That he started, right? DL?
Yeah, it's one of his better movies.
And I love Redemption. I hate bringing up all the time what Will Smith did, but he's a special place in my heart. Of course, if he did it again, I could no longer support him. If there's another
incident like that,
violent incident, I would be like, that's it. I can't,
Yeah.
But Reyes says the Bad Boys 2 soundtrack is amazing. Ooh, I'll have to find that on cassette.
I'll have to look it up on the app on my Apple streaming thing, Apple Music streaming thing. But yeah, it's good. It's good that it's tracking really well, and like only a $90 million budget. This is how you save Hollywood. You manage your budgets, and they can easily make a profit within 2 weekends.
I would easily see not in like an Avengers level movie or like Dune not going over 200, like 150 at million at most.
Yeah,
like 90 to 150 million, the sweet spot for a lot of projects. Then you're not going to have these issues.
Exactly.
Thoughts on the director, Matthew Vaughn? People love to say Matthew Vaughn is amazing. He is so hit or miss for me.
He's been very hit or miss recently.
He is so he did First Class, right?
He did,
and then he did Kingsman, which
that
series is really hit or miss for me. And Kick-Ass. So he's done some really great stuff. And then especially his sequels, I really don't like. But Argyle just looked bad to me. And
I still haven't seen it.
The possibility of Argyle sequel. We're doing very well on streaming. People are liking it. Nothing would make me happier than making another one. I'd love to make another one. We've got it planned. I doubt they'll make a sequel to Argyle. Even if it does great on streaming, it was pretty much dogged everywhere.
Yep, he bombed at the box office, really bad reviews. Like, you'll be lucky if you get another one. I'm surprised they're still letting him do Kingsman films after The Kingsman. Like,
I love The Kingsman. That's my favorite one.
Oh, you like The Kingsman?
The one that's like a prequel?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's better than the recent James Bond movies.
Okay, wait a minute. I can't.
Yes.
I can't.
Yes.
Because I love No Time to Die. I thought it was great.
I did not like No Time to Die at all, and I'm a huge Bond fan. I just didn't like it.
Sorry, the Kingsman was just so dull to me. Like, it's not that memorable to me.
It's Gentlemanly Warfare. That wasn't Matthew Vaughn. That was Guy Ritchie, right?
That was Guy Ritchie.
I want to see that one.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun. But
Cheeseman, stop it. Look what he's saying. I'm not even highlighting that.
Wait, what did he say?
What if he does that to Chris Tucker next time? No, Cheeseman, no.
Just stop, man.
Dua Lipa is in Argyle. That's the only thing.
Oh yeah, Dua Lipa.
I've recently become a fan of Dua Lipa.
Yes.
I saw some of her performances on award shows. I'm like, okay, she brings it.
She's a very good looking woman.
Yes. All right, let me see here. Oh God, RJ, I'm not answering. We'll do 2 from RJ and 1 more from CGH, just because he put it. Who would you cast for Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart for the DCU? Oh, that's a hard one, man. I don't even know.
Yeah, that's a loaded question.
Not Idris Elba anymore for Jon Stewart.
No, he's too old.
I like Idris Elba a lot, but it's just
he is too old. Well, if the rumors are true that they're trying to look for like a Yeah, if they're trying to look for like a late 30s, early 40s Hal Jordan, I don't know, maybe a. I know everyone say. I know that I keep hearing Bradley Cooper, and I'm like, I don't know if I want Bradley Cooper. Maybe.
I would get for Jon Stewart, the guy that's been in that's Sydney Sweeney movie, Glenn Powell, maybe something like that. I don't know. That's the only one I can
Glenn
think.
Powell. Well, yeah, he'd probably be a solid Hal Jordan. I sometimes see him as a Booster Gold too.
Ackles, that would be a great one, Jensen Ackles, but he's already in The Boys. I don't know. People also want him for Batman.
Batman. Yeah.
Here's a list from Screen Rant. I don't think it's a great list. I don't even know who this guy is.
Leslie Odom Jr.
I mean, he has the look.
Omari Hardwick. No. Omar Sy, no. Try Byers, Ricky Whittle, no. David Cussy, no. That might be okay. Derek Luke might be okay. Michael Ealy, no.
I don't know. He's kind of got up the chin. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? There's actually. Let me look him up real quick. Actually, there's one person that I think would be a good.
Oh, I've seen him a bunch of places.
Oh,
he's a little overexposed in like TV shows though. So he's more of a TV show actor.
Okay.
Maybe Woodside.
Trevante Rhodes would probably be a good one too.
Mahershala
Ali. Yeah, right. David Oyelowo, he'd be good, but he's a little too old. Yeah, Trevante Rhodes. Yep, he would be a good Jon Stewart too. Sterling K. Brown. He's good, but
I kind of like that. Okay.
He's a little old, but he's good. He's good. Andre Holland. Yeah, he might be okay.
Yeah, Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
I know that actor that me and Rhea like that played Hawkman. I don't remember his name though.
Oh yeah.
If he's not gonna be Hawkman, he would be a decent Jon Stewart.
Yeah. What's his name? Aldous Hodge.
Wayne T. Carr. Okay, Rhea.
Yeah,
Hey, I would like that
one, but we'll see.
Okay. Cheeseman, would you please change your icon? You bother me with that. I don't want to see those two.
What's his icon? Oh, that. Okay.
And then RJ says, would you rather fight Mike Tyson during his prime or Chuck Norris during his prime?
I plead the fifth.
I would rather fight Chuck Norris because I like Mike Tyson, but back in the day, I even if you start to win, you could get an ear taken off. You don't know what's going to happen. I don't know.
Dude, both of these guys will kill me. Like
yes.
it's like would you rather get attacked by a bear or attacked by a lion? That's what that question is to me.
CJH says, do you think that more time crafts better movies and more time put into soundtracks and special effects and even acting? The more time put into movie, an actor has time to actually figure out the character they're playing. I think better planning. I didn't get to cover this on MME or all the other live streams, but there was a special effects artist that was on Twitter that basically said, don't blame the special effects. It's bad planning. They changed the story so much that a lot of special effects scenes get little time to be worked on. Yeah. And these big superhero movies are really starting to film without the full plan in place. James Gunn confirmed it, and I think James Gunn is doing that differently as far as I could tell from the outside looking in on the promotion for Superman Legacy. It seems like he's getting the script and planning locked down first, but that's ultimately going to make a better movie. And I don't want to, I honestly, if I was in charge of DC or Marvel, I would want a combination of practical makeup effects, CG working together on a well-planned movie instead of putting all the weight on the CG, all the special effects department, where they have to, it makes it or breaks it. In some of those Marvel films, I really enjoyed them, but you could tell they filmed this stuff with the actors, and then all the other stuff is the weight of the movie is put on the special effects team with little time and constant changes, and I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither. I always believe that you should use CGI and green screen when it's absolutely necessary. I'm with you that there should be a mixture of CGI and practical effects. And
also, to keep these great people, these great workers in the industry employed,
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, definitely, time and actually crafting what you're making, like actually having a plan and not changing stuff all the time. Yeah, that will make for a better product. And of course, you see with Marvel and other franchises too, like there used to be a time where we would have like 2 to 5 year gaps between sequels. And now everything feels like an assembly line where everything has to be out by a certain period. Like every other year, you have to make film. It's just like Marvel felt like an assembly line for the longest time. So like in that, the quality of the special effects and other stuff may not be as good because they have to rush to get stuff out. So,
All right, we'll do one more because RJ's bugging us in the chat. You see,
all right.
Look at that. All right, one more. If DL, should we cover that one, DL? Is that okay?
Yeah, let's talk about Blade. Let's get it out the way.
All right, RJ, would you be okay with Blade getting delayed again if it meant Jordan Peele would come on as both writer and director, and he would carry the movie to the finish line? Jordan Peele directing Blade. There's been rumors that they're looking at Jordan. Has there been rumors they've been looking at Jordan Peele for a project?
Well, yeah, there was like apparently he had talks with Marvel Studios about him possibly directing a film. Now it's not confirmed that he's going to, but he has had talks with them.
Honestly, I love the Key and Peele show, and I really respect his turn as a director. And I haven't seen all his movies. But I don't see a lot of variety in his movies yet, to me personally. Although I haven't seen the last one was like an alien invasion.
Have you seen Us and Nope?
No.
Okay, maybe watch those.
And I don't know if he handles, like, I want a superhero director to handle action good and comedy. And I don't, I know he's got the comedy background, but has it translated to his movies? I don't know.
I think he will do decent with the action scenes because there's some action in one of his, in like Us, for example, where like he stages it pretty well. So I think he might have a little bit of a grasp on it.
See, my take, if I was going to be in charge of the Blade project, no offense to Jordan Peele, I mean, I'm not opposed to him directing. I would go something on the vein of, low budget, hardcore action, like John Wick style with Blade, with a good story too, but also have a good story because John Wick does not always have a good story. But that type of action with Vampire Hunter, Blade, oh my God, John Wick 2, if you get that combination right. That's my take. Like, I would so want to see that.
Yeah, I think, if they did get Jordan Peele to do Blade, I definitely will be up for it. Though the story, I think, does need to be good for this one specifically, because that seems to be the main problem with this movie not getting off the ground. But if you push it back again, I don't even know if Mahershala Ali will stay. I'm going to be very honest with you.
Well, I don't think Jordan Peele is going to be the savior of this project, though. If that's what you're saying, RJ, if it gets delayed again, I know there's been talk about him finally taking on another project that doesn't look good for Blade.
Oh, he just signed on to Jurassic City, so
yes. So that people are like, does that mean he's no longer Blade?
No, that's not necessarily true. Because Chris Pratt went back and forth with Jurassic World and Guardians of the Galaxy, so he can do another franchise if he wants to. But just the fact that, like, how far could they push this back until he actually does get scheduling conflicts with other movies,
John Wick does not have a great story, RJ. It's a basic revenge story. That's it.
I mean, it's good. It's not
It's
like
okay.
complicated. It's not complicated at all. It's very.
But I mean, would you? I don't want. I would never ask for an action movie like John Wick on that basic level of just like one thing. Like I want something more interesting happening in a Blade movie. I want there to be some good story moments too.
Right. Yeah, right.
Joseph Reese says there's lots of problems. Though I haven't heard of anything. Joseph
Bloody,
Reese.
bloody, bloody.
And I would talk about it if there was. I haven't heard anything. If you have a source sent, let me know. But
yes, where are the sources? Come on now. I'm tired of this.
I think that's where we're going to end it. Thank you to my good pal DL. Again, Rhea is here with his channel. Great mod.
Yes.
Go support DL.
I need to make her my mod.
Yes. Have a good time on your trip. I think that's where we're going to end it, everyone. Take it easy. Thanks for joining us with these great topics. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.